Hello everybody, I am Sightless Kombat, and welcome to How to Play Mortal Kombat X Blindfolded. Now, this is a sequel to my first commentary-centric video, which was How to Play Killer Instinct Blindfolded, a basic rundown of how Killer Instinct works for those who have absolutely no vision at all. Mortal Kombat works on a very similar level, in terms of the fact that it uses stereo panning and stereo sounds like the ones you're hearing now. Like Liu Kang there walking and shuffling around. And Ermac doing whatever the hell that is. However, there are a couple of minor differences. Since this game uses interactive objects, there are sound cues for those, as well as X-ray meters. And I believe getting single bars of super gauge, as it might be called in certain games, also gives a sound, but I can't be entirely sure. We will find that out as we go along, just to confirm. So, I am in practice mode right now. I will go through briefly how to turn the cues on and off at the end of this video. I currently have the music set all the way down, because then you can hear things a little more clearly I should say. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, if you walk, I'm walking forward now, there are sounds. If you walk back, there are also sounds. If you jump like this. Now, that little sound on the left that you might have just heard briefly is an interactive object. So if I jump back over, that little sort of pinging sound, well, it's kind of a soft beeping really. But that sound effect indicates that I can press right bumper, or whatever button you have assigned to your interactive object, to use that. The reason it's on the left hand side is because I am player 1. So I'm going to press right bumper to chuck that at him. And he got hit by it because obviously he wasn't blocking because he's a training dummy. So we can now reset using the select button. And I am now on the left hand side. So punches have sounds, and so do the kicks. This is only a 4-button game in terms of attacks. For those of you who aren't aware, Mortal Kombat has been around for 20 years, which is a very long time. Well, over 20 years, and it has now gone through numerous additions, changes, revivals, etc. So, yeah, in terms of how it works for a person with no vision, crouching does make a sound, actually. And up, down, there we go. Not for teabagging purposes, but it does make a sound. So, if I dash as well. Oh, that's because... Oh, that little beeping noise was my stamina running out, because dashes use stamina. So if I keep... I believe it might only be the back dash that uses it. Oh, now... I've just realised. He has an interactive object, if I can get it to... No, I'm not going to be able to do it now. Hang on. Chuck that at him. There we go. He now has an interactive object, proverbially speaking, above his head. So if we jump over him, then we can then use it as well. So if we jump along... Whee! So it creates a sense of where objects are. So if I now throw him, as with Killer Instinct, if you've watched my previous video, if you throw a character, you can hear where they land, so you know where they land on a different part of the stage. So if I grab Ermac here, and then he has now landed on the left hand side of the stage. If I run in by using dash plus right bumper, so, and then throw. There we go, he then lands on the other side, on the right hand side of the stage. Projectiles work in a very similar manner. So we throw a fireball. I'm playing Flame Fist Liu Kang right now. So if we throw a fireball, so you see it travels across the stage and then hits him. Throwing low ones now, with back forward and 3, or back forward and A if you're using standard controls for low fireballs. And then back forward and 1, or back forward and X for high fireballs. And similarly, if you do an attack that travels across the stage physically with the character, you will then hear the character likewise do the same in the stereo field. So if I press back, forward and 2 or back, forward and Y, we will get the flying kick. And you can hear him travel across. And... oh. Yeah. Actually, for your information, that's an interesting little trick. You can use the interactables to land an uppercut on Wake Up. But that's kind of a technical thing to those who might not understand how fighting games necessarily work. So, what I'm also going to quickly go through, because those aspects are pretty much the same for all characters. If a character has a projectile attack, it will mostly travel, it will pan across the stage. Each character has their own sound on the selection screen, so... oh. So there's Scorpion, all looking very fiery. And when you press A, it goes to the variation screen, but the announcer always says the character.
Sub-Zero. Melina.
They take a little while to load, unfortunately, but that might just be the animations.
Takeda.
Yeah, so you get the idea with that. Hang on, I didn't even show Cassie's sound there. Yeah, some characters do just have generic walking animations, which is
Jackie Briggs.
which is slightly annoying, but
Kung Jin. Tanya.
it's kind of cool the way she does that in the animation.
Boraicho.
Yeah, so you can see a running theme of walking characters at that point. And then you scroll down into the next row and you have Triborg, who doesn't do that at all. Oh, that's a point. I will show a teleporting character, because I feel that needs to be done.
Shinnok.
Because I will fight Shinnok, because why not? And yes, we are still in practice mode. Yeah, I mean, compared to Killer Instinct, there's a lot less to worry about in terms of, say, blocking and how, you know, things work, because a lot of moves... ah, actually, that's a point. I haven't gone through the meter sounds. If I do an X-ray on Shinnok... that little sound effect in the left, on the left-hand side, if I make it miss... wow, that hit from long range. I kind of forgot it would hit from that far. If I knock him down and then do it, you'll hear the sound effect. So if I deliberately... that hits him as soon as he stands up. My god, that comes out really quickly. Let's see if we can... we have interactables here that we can use. Oh, or we could do if I had any stamina. Ow. I enjoy torturing him, because why not? So if I... there we go. There's that little sound. If I see if I can do that again. Wait. Oh, that's why. It's the other one. There we are. The little sort of... I don't even know how to describe that noise. Sort of a pshing sort of a noise. So, kind of thing you might hear in an anime show. Stereotypically speaking, at the very least. So, in terms of how mirror matches work, it's kind of the same as Killer Instinct, where you just have to be aware of which one you are versus which one... basically, which of you is doing the hitting and which of you is doing the blocking. Blocking is relatively simple, because most attacks come high. There are a few lows. If you see an opponent repeatedly doing lows, then that's... you just have to live with it. So let's do a living tower. Wait for this to load. I've learnt the menus by heart, though the menus Okay, that was a little unexpected, though I understand. Okay, are we going to... I like this. The fact that occasionally towers will have... Or, not towers, but... There will be a running theme of sorts, and they will play ambience specific to that. So, like, this is specifically, I would guess, for St. Patrick's Day, though I can't be entirely sure. It's almost like the game's trying to confirm. I have no idea what these towers are, so I'm just going to pick Liu Kang.
Liu Kang.
And Flame Fist. That was rather funny, the timing on that. It decided to go into the loading screen just as I did it. I apologise if this video seems rather rushed. It's not intended to be that way, but it's hard to script these, and I thought I'd just try and get this out there as soon as I could.
Ermac, your time is over.
Not while a Khan lives.
Okay. Most unorthodox fight intro music ever. Well, maybe not ever, but for a while. We have big, yeah, all of the little modifiers make sounds as well, although it's not necessarily easy to tell what they all are. Ow. Yeah, as I say, all of the little modifiers in Living Towers make... Not all of the modifiers, but all of the ones that have stage manifestations. So things like the little sort of fireworks, sparky looking things, they have sound effects. I dislike you. Hit you with a fireball in the lower regions, and I'm not going to bother showing that victory animation because it takes far too long. And I will try my best not to talk during the intros.
Raiden and I will restore you.
Do you think I trust either of you?
Your distrust caused your demise.
Round one.
Well, that's a fair enough point,
Fight.
I suppose. I'm currently... This is Boraicho, one of the new characters from Kombat Pack 2. Well, that was a new one. The accessibility cues, actually, in this game, I believe were prompted by Carlos Vasquez, also known as Rattlehead, who has actually played in
Round
tournaments.
two. Fight.
He's played in Evo, and I believe he talks to the developers about this, though whether that's true, I can't be entirely sure. So don't quote me on that. Wow, that was okay. Lovely. He's getting wise to my strategies. That's great. Okay, that was fair enough. He blocked.
Finish him.
Blow fireball again. I should really be doing fatalities to get points and things. Probably. Yeah, I just thought I'd do a Living Tower run just to show how... Not so much how good I am, but just how the sound design works. So I probably shouldn't be talking over all of this, really. Shouldn't be commentating. So it's now loading the next fight.
Got no chance, Liu Kang.
You have a high opinion of yourself.
I've earned it.
Round one. Fight.
I mean, sometimes the modifiers... Sometimes the modifiers, or rather what they are on the current stage, as well as many other things like the objectives, like the extra bonus objectives, aren't immediately obvious to players with no vision.
I'm simply too
Wow, that was a very lucky escape. I will hit a fatality. I will make sure I do. Things keep grabbing me. That's not fair. Wow.
Finish him.
One rather gruesome fatality. Ugh.
Liu Kang wins. Fatality.
Well, that was nice. Very much uncalled for, but then again, to be fair, Aaron Black can be a very annoying character, especially in the hands of a player like Sonic Fox. I've not fought Sonic Fox, but part of me wouldn't want to be totally fair.
Sento greets you, Liu Kang.
I do not fear its wielder.
Both were forged in combat.
Blind player versus blind character. Let's go, Kenshi. Get the grab. Oh. There we go. There's that little uppercut thing. Basically, you jump off the interactable, and if you're in the right range, you can use an uppercut on landing if they're not blocking.
Fight.
Wow. Yep, that's mostly the only combo I actually know, and I don't really mind admitting that. I don't play this game anywhere near as often as I do Killer Instinct. Come on. Armor! Yeah, armor has a sound. There's a little sort of chink noise. Like a little ching that happens.
Finish him. Liu Kang wins. Fatality.
Landing an X-ray is like landing a counterbreaker in Killer Instinct. Sometimes you just have to be ready to land it during an attack if you know your X-ray has the ability to armor through. Other times it's really difficult to land, but I mean I don't normally use X-rays as much as that, but I just thought I'd try and land it anyway.
Darling,
Keep away, loathsome beast.
you will remember your love for me.
Round 1. Fight.
Wow. What the hell? Oh, all my controls have been. That's fantastic. Okay, I need to figure out what controls do what. Okay. Wow! Okay. So that's... So... Okay, I see. So... Come on. That was a really good idea. She was rolling and I just hit her with fireballs.
Round
That's...
2. Fight.
Yeah, this... Okay. So now... This is just a case of figuring out which buttons have been swapped. Okay. That looked like I hit her out of it. That's interesting.
Finish her.
Yeah, you deserve it for being on a stage that decided to basically screw me over because I didn't know what buttons had swapped. Then again, to be fair, I wonder if that's the same for any other players
Liu Kang wins.
in terms of
Fatality.
whether sighted people can see what buttons have been swapped. I have no idea. There are a lot of good points about Mortal Kombat's accessibility in terms of, you know, the stereo sound, the interactable cues, the actual depth of the sound design as well. But there are also a lot of bad points to it, like things not being readable.
Your approach
or
lacks
understandable.
deference.
As battle approaches, decorum departs.
As should have you.
Round
Oh yeah,
one.
Kodo Khan, you want to
Fight.
go? Lob the dude at your face. No weird looking, whatever the hell that attack was meant to be. There we go.
Use your head or lose it.
Round 2. Fight.
You just walked up to me. Wow, that was new. Yeah, don't try and do.
Finish him. Liu Kang wins.
I just skipped the victory animation for those who are wondering. It'll be interesting when we get all the modifiers at once. That's when things get really chaotic. Not just in terms of being able to see, but just generally trying to play it, regardless of whether you have vision or not.
From champ to chump.
You will respect me.
Were you champion of the whiners?
Oh, okay.
Fight.
Fine. You're gonna get beat down. Oh, good God, Jackie. Come on. That's brilliant, little leprechauns. Just... Armor. I like the little leprechauns, they're funny. Wow! Okay. This AI knows combos, but I know, like... Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Say my name, bitch.
Wow, this AI is kicking my ass. Brutality!
Think again.
Liu Kang wins.
I apologise for my reaction there. I most certainly do. But when you get a brutality on an AI that's being that cheap? Actually, to be fair, she wasn't spamming it all the time, so that was something to think of.
Little dragon.
More dragon than you.
Let us see, mighty one.
Okay, let's go, Reptile. Let's
Round
do this.
1. Fight.
Oh my God, this is... Yeah, okay. Whoa! Jesus! Hit me with an X-ray out of absolutely bloody nowhere. Okay.
Feel my might.
Wow. Even though you X-rayed me, I still won.
Round
Damn.
2. Fight.
Okay. Okay, that was all extremely confusing. ow, ow. Oh, I see. That's why he was able to hit me. Hey, X-ray! Let's go, son! You're getting all of it!
Finish him.
And a fatality to end on, why not?
Liu Kang wins. Fatality.
Well, that was satisfying. That is my basic summary of how Mortal Kombat X works. If you can't see, well, if you have no vision, or rather, if you just want to try it. Actually, there was one thing I did miss. Has the game crashed? No. Okay, the game hasn't crashed. The music is back. That is very good. I was going to go through the cues, how to enable and disable those. So if you want to play it as I'm playing it now, if you want to turn the music all the way down, you go down 5 from single player, which is the default option. You go down 1 to audio, and then you go down 3 to music. And it normally is... Okay, I'm adjusting the wrong slider. That's fantastic. I have no idea why I'm adjusting the wrong slider. Let's try that again. Oh, hang on. Have I miscalculated my numbers? Well, this is embarrassing. It could be the music glitching, to be totally fair, because it has been known to happen. Let's find out. Okay. I'm afraid I'm going to have to leave this video here because I seem to have got rather confused. But regardless, I have demonstrated to you how the game works without any sight. And with that, if you have any questions actually, please feel free to comment as well and let me know what you want to see in any others of these videos that I do, because I will be willing to give a few more of these a shot, because there are other games that people have seen me play or might want to know how I play without sight. So yeah, thank you very much. Oh, thank you to my 100+ subscribers as well. That's very, very kind of you. Feel free to subscribe to my channel too. That's much appreciated. And also to the over 2,000 views unexpectedly received on my first commentary centric video, which was my KI blindfold tutorial. That was a big boost. That is also very much appreciated. So thank you very much, and I will see you all possibly very soon, depending on when the next one of these actually comes out.